All right, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to express myself on the AGRA blog. We're here in Durban, South Africa. My name is Yemi Akinbamijo, the Executive Director of the Forum for Agricultural Research in Africa, based in Accra, Ghana. We've been here now for 2 days at the Youth in Agriculture Summit that's been mounted by the Center for Coordination for Agricultural Research for Development in Southern Africa, CADESA, with headquarters in Gaborone. On the event that has brought us to Durban, I think it's a laudable feat, bringing together all these energies from across, not just across the SADC zone, because I've met some very interesting young folks from across the continent, from Ethiopia, from Ghana, participating in this summit. And I think that the first thing is to really laud the efforts and the vision of the CADESA Secretariat for actually taking the first foot forward in bringing the whole issue of youth in agriculture to the front burners. And like it so happened yesterday when this meeting opened, it was opened by the mayor of Durban, and that for me actually signals a very, very important component of our governance structure, because it's actually a testimony to the fact that there is a goodwill of the authorities in Southern Africa, and also we had representation of the executive secretary of SADC, Dr. Tax. So this for me tells a lot about the whole story of now bringing the youth back into agriculture. And if you saw the energy that was in the room yesterday, it was really a great joy for me as a person to see that after we've had all the what I call the blah blah, we are now beginning to see the do-do, bringing these young people together, letting them express themselves. They've got talent and they've got what it takes, because take it or leave it, we won't be running this show forever. So the earlier we actually bring the young folks into this whole conversation and give them the space that they do deserve, then the easier and the better it will be for all of us. Now we've seen the young folks of the Southern Africa, and indeed young folks from across the continent, showing their worth in the agricultural space here in Durban. I would like to actually encourage the youth, as I said in my presentation yesterday, that this is the time of the young folks. This is our own way to ensure that we drive down the average age of the African farmer. And now the infusion of the youth, especially coming from the agribusiness slant, that for me is a very strong point. It's a strong selling point that should really now begin to attract and snowball into the youth space. We have seen that there is a very strong potential for bringing ICT into agriculture, for bringing in telephony, mobile telephony into agriculture, bringing in new innovations for doing business. As I also showed yesterday, the kind of agriculture that Africa needs now should not be the agriculture that is dependent on the seasons. We should be in a position to produce in season and out of season. And we've got the innovations, we've got the technologies to do this. And if the generations that went before us has failed us, we must not fail the generation that is coming behind us. And that's what is driving me as a person, because I think that where we are today, we should be able to feed ourselves given the resources on this continent, both natural, financial, and human. But the fact that we are still borrowing, the fact that we are still importing, that does not augur well. Therefore, if the past failed us, we must not fail the future. And that's what this is all about, to empower the youth so that we do not fail the future. We do not, this is all we've got. We have to now see to it that the young folks are empowered and they are competitive. If I say they are competitive, it means that they must be able to compete with those who are beating us. So we have to ask the question, how are they beating us? They beat us because they are producing in and out of season. In Africa today, there are many countries where the farmers go on holidays out of season. They cannot grow anything because there is, once the rain stops, then the business is over. But those who are beating us in this food security game, they are producing 365 days a year. And how are they doing it? They do it because there is science and there is technology and there is innovation. So STI, science, technology, and innovation should be delivered to the next generation. We didn't get it, and time is already gone. We didn't receive the STI from the previous generation. What we got from them was hoes and cutlasses. But if we will deliver hoes and cutlasses to the next generation, then we've failed with the future.